All right, welcome everyone to the NordicWhales Lounge. Today we got Quark. As mentioned on their website, they are primarily focused on the art side of things. So we're gonna figure out how they wanna kind of help the artists and see what they wanna do with their token, how it kind of figures into the whole ecosystem. And we got Jumango over here. So Jumango, hey, hello.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, I'm Jimango.
Yeah. So you wanna kind of introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm the founder and lead dev, I guess you could say, of the project. And um, the rest of the team is a bit difficult to answer. It's mostly me, but then there's also the artists involved. At least one of them is more involved than the others. And I'm engaging other developers also to help me with the things I cannot do myself. I have like a general knowledge of a lot of things. I can do many things, but I can't do everything. Um,
Okay.
yeah, my kind of role and yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I also would like to know, if it's no secret, how long have you been in the crypto space?
Yeah. So I came into the crypto space. I don't exactly remember the date. A few years ago. I think Ethereum was around a few $100 at the time. And I started with mining. First, I tried trading a bit, but then a friend introduced me to mining, so I done mining since then.
Hmm.
And in kind of a medium large scale with like 60 GPUs.
Hmm.
I started with Bitcoin mining, but then I changed over to GPU mining instead.
All right, perfect.
Um,
And yeah, did you yeah, just out of curiosity, did you write the code yourself for the mining part?
no, I used Hive OS. Yeah,
Okay, okay,
I
okay.
tried
All
a
good,
few
all good.
different systems, but I ended up with Hive. I think
Okay,
it was most user friendly.
perfect.
So yeah,
Okay.
and since then I've kind of been thinking about this, what this project have become, because this project started off as a meme
Hmm.
token actually at Alvi Chain. I, I'm an early investor in Alvi Chain
Hmm.
and been quite engaged in that project. And when they released so that we could build tokens, I wanted to build like a token that was safe for the investors to support the chain, because we had a lot of tokens. They were just rugged and a lot of scams all the way. So a few of us, we decided to make our own projects to kind of help stabilize the possibilities.
The
And
ecosystem of Alvi chain, right?
yeah, Alvi chain, it's a new blockchain based
No,
on
no, no. I mean, you created the Quark to kind of put
yeah,
some
Quark.
good into
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Alvi
Quark.
chain.
Quark is a token on Alvi chain,
Yeah.
Shiba Inu is on Ethereum. At least it was in the beginning,
Uh-huh.
and yeah,
Yeah. Okay. So initially, you
yeah, it started off
guys,
as a meme, and
yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
yeah. So I've had this idea since I came into crypto space, and since I kind of started trading different tokens, that I want to have like an art project, because I have a lot of connections with art.
Hmm.
So I want to bring traditional art into the NFT space, and some of the art I want to bring in, I'm also able to modify and change so it can fit better to the NFT clientele.
Hmm.
So I plan to make like a few different kind of NFT collections. There's gonna be like some very exclusive ones, and then there's gonna be like more traditional collections also with a lot higher number. I have like a zodiac collection that I want to make very exclusive, like 12 images with dynamic effects. This is a very hard process to get everything together, so it takes some time. But we are building an NFT marketplace, which should be released. Well, I don't really know the exact release time, but the the production of it should be done now in a few days, I hope. And
Okay.
then it will start with the closed testing, and
Okay.
I
So
plan on releasing it in July.
okay. So first of all, I guess um, your developers, they are probably hired, right? They're not in-house developers.
No, no, they are hired. Yeah,
Okay,
they
okay,
are from different. I have a bit few different developers for different parts of the project.
okay, perfect. Yeah. So of course, once you do have your marketplace, it's always nice to know um, how you guys plan to kind of integrate the token into the marketplace. So, for example, do you plan on selling the NFTs that you put on there with Quark? Is that the idea?
Um, I haven't thought so much about it like that, but what I have thought about is like our token is on our chain, and
Mhm.
we're not gonna bridge it to another chain right away. We're gonna keep it exclusively on our chain, but the NFT marketplace will be cross-chain, and first of all,
Oh, okay,
Ethereum chain and Alvi chain.
okay, sounds
And
good, sounds good.
the link between those two is that there will be a function to burn Quark that will enable like a free fee for minting at the marketplace, regardless of the chain you are connected to.
Mm.
So
Can
this will is supposed to create the hype for the token.
can you kind of explain to me more about how this process works? What do you mean by burn Quark? So, are people gonna
So
be buying, paying fees? I think there's like 1% fee, right?
no, yeah,
No?
no, they're not supposed to do it manually. This is supposed to be an inbuilt function in the
Yeah, yeah,
system.
but how does it work? Because if you're burning the token, that means you have to buy the token and then we'll send it to a dead address. So on the
Yeah,
marketplace, there's probably a fee, right? Like 1% or something like that, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah. Originally, yeah. If you don't do
Okay.
this, yeah, this,
Yeah, so and that 1% is gonna be used to buy Quark and then it's gonna be burnt. Is that the idea?
yeah. So the fee at Alvi chain is like super low. So we will cover the fee to do that. It's so ridiculous low, so it will not really affect the only um, expenses will be for if you do this from Ethereum chain, you will have to interact uh, and spend Ethereum or some token on that chain. So you will have to pay the fee for doing that, of course. But then you will, um, yeah, the way I see it, and it will go from there. So yeah,
Okay, okay, gotcha, gotcha.
did that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It does. Okay, so you've got the marketplace. You said it's coming. Well, you don't have it right now, but it's coming.
Yeah,
Gonna be out pretty soon. So, of course, for a marketplace to be successful, you kind of have to have, well, clients, I guess, who would be willing to put up their artwork on there. Well, not artwork, NFTs. Well, depends how you view it. I guess can be
yeah,
both. So do you guys have anything already for that? Any potential clients?
yeah. Yeah, I mean, we have the artists we have. They are exclusive artists outside the NFT space, and we're gonna make their art exclusive as NFTs also. So these artists are established artists. They've been a very successful artist for several decades already. So
Hmm.
you can say the challenge will be to engage their. We will target their already customers also. We will work on the utility to target them. Um, but we do believe that these NFTs will also be very interesting and attractive for like people who are not into their art already.
Hmm. So basically, you plan to attract some people from their communities to instead of buying the real world art that they would do, instead get a digital version. Well, obviously, there's much less hassle in that. You don't
Yeah, we
you don't
thought
have
about
to. Yeah.
in the beginning. I thought about like if you buy an NFT, you could get the real art piece also, but that will be a problem when you want to sell the NFT again. It would create like
Yeah.
a situation which is hard to solve, and I don't think there's a really good solution for that.
No, 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 definitely not. I don't think so, at least, because well, basically, it would be up to the person whether if he sends the actual piece or not, right? And obviously there could be some problems in there, some cheating and all that. So it's probably not the best.
The solution we looked at was that the first person keeps the painting, and the next one they get like a print out of it, like a exclusive poster. We have a photographer with a very high professional equipment to print it. It would be a very nice print, but I don't think it really keeps kind of the quality of like the first sale. We are looking into some discounts on the art for the different artists, that we will make an arrangement with each artist how much discount they want to give. But we are looking into this to target the already customers of these artists. And
Okay.
and we will have like also an NFT digital frame we will put up in a art gallery. So we will also present the NFTs there in an already established gallery in Oslo, Norway.
Okay, sounds good. Actually, the solution that you found, I think it could be okay. A lot of people, for example, do like just hanging stuff up on the walls, right? So even if it's not the original piece, but it looks nice to them, they could have it. I don't see a problem with that. It's actually a pretty good idea. You could potentially go with
Yeah,
that, I think.
yeah, it could. The photographer we have that is going to be more involved later. He has the printouts, and he also have he will give like a diploma to show the quality of the paper and everything. And the standard is that the paper and the print will last for at least 100 years without losing quality. And it lasts much
How
longer,
long?
but
Sorry, we kind of just lost you there for a second. What's the time?
so paper and prints, they lose
Uh-huh.
quality over time when they are
Yep.
exposed to light.
Hmm.
And with this special equipment that he has, it will last very long time, much more than 100 years. But diploma will say it lasts for at least 100 years.
Okay. Perfect. That's good. That's good.
So it will be very good quality. And yeah, I was planning to show a little bit of the website. We have like an intro video there. I was thinking I can show it later. And
It's up to you. We can do this however you want.
yeah, maybe we can
I've
do like
already
this.
seen
We
it.
started talking about the art.
Oh yeah, sure. Go ahead.
So I will just refresh the website first, and yeah, we can go from there. So the website is like this. This is I outsourced this website. Someone made this for me, and to be honest, it took a bit of time to change the last things myself. So I have a bit skills also myself, but yeah, I could not make it from scratch.
Yeah, all good. I mean, you don't really have to know everything, right? That's why you work with different people, or you spend money to make
Yeah,
things happen.
I will just stop the video a little bit because I really like to learn a lot of stuff. So I try to put myself into everything and learn about how to do it. So I'm a bit of a geek like that.
It's all good.
So yeah, so the images you saw here is basically of 3 different artists. So you have like in the middle here, you have one of the zodiac images. Also the towers up there is also from the zodiac. And this, do you see my mouse?
Let me make it full screen. Yes, 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 I can.
Yeah. So this image here, this is a the person who's been painted there is a famous artist in Norway who died, Push Wagner. His name is Terje Brufos. He was also a friend of mine before he died.
Oh.
And and the guy who painted this is was used to be one of his friends also. So these are very established artists. I don't expect everyone to know these names, but this person sitting on a branch here is made by a guy called Bjørn Såstad. He's a very professional artist, and I do believe that especially his art will be very good as NFTs, especially if we bring in some dynamic effects, which I want to look into to make properly.
Mhm.
I also want to make the dynamic effects so that they interact with the kind of real world events. Some maybe to the weather, some maybe to the time of the year, and we will try to implement these kind of features as much as possible so that the more exclusive collections will be very attractive to keep in your frame in your living room. So, for example, the zodiac images, they will have effects and graphical changes that happen certain times of the day or maybe the month. That will make it interesting to present for a longer time, not just to have. It will have you will invite people to come and look at these kind of events happening only a few times a year also.
Very nice. And how do you guys plan on actually achieving this? If it's no secret, of
Well,
course.
so this is the part of the function of the dynamic NFTs. So you have to make the actual image in layers, and the layers has to react to triggers, which is of course outside the actual contract, but there will be a kind of system behind this outside of the blockchain making all the triggers.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's not uncommon for projects to make use of Web2 technology as well to implement extra functions because, well, you can't really do everything on chain, right?
Yeah, exactly. At least
Yep.
not yet.
Yeah, true. Maybe we'll be able to in the
So
future.
yeah, I'm not gonna read so much through this because everyone can go to the website and read if they really want to. This is an oil painting of one of the artists. It's actually something below here we cannot see so much, and I like to have this background there. And these are the zodiac images. There are of course supposed to be 12 of them for each sign. Currently we have only 11. I think it's Virgo that is missing. We have it's painted now. Actually, what happened is that we have all these original oil paintings. So, but the artist he has usually another style, and but he sold one of these already. So he actually had to repaint the oil painting. So that's what he did. He repainted it, and we have to take the new picture. So, but the photographer is not cheap, and so we want to have him take a lot of photographers when he's coming to us. So we will wait. We will pile up a bit before have him come and take all the images.
Okay, so for example, you did say that these guys are pretty famous, right? At least in Norway.
Yeah.
So you could potentially have a base. Well, you could value the NFTs similarly. Well, obviously not the exact same price, but we'll make some adjustments to the price. But you could have like the price that the paintings usually sell for as like a baseline. Well, maybe not a baseline, but a point of reference, and you could adjust the price of the NFTs according to that.
Yeah, when we were looking into shipping the actual painting to the first buyer, we would of course have to put the price at least the original price of the painting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's obviously some cool things that you could do, which would, depending on I guess the person that makes the painting, obviously the value is going to change of the NFTs as well. So potentially, there could be a lot of money to be generated. Well, revenue, I guess, generated. Which kind of brings me to my question. Once you guys do sell these NFTs, right? Now, where does the money go to?
Yeah. This will come a bit further down on the website, which should be updated because I put like 14% that will go to of the royalties will be split between the project Quark and the artist. Those numbers are not really correct. I think I should put I think I should maybe put the royalties below 10% in total. I don't know, but so this is a project for we call it by artist for artists.
Mhm.
So it's made by the artists, and then it's for the artists. So our idea is that we're not supposed to rob the artists, and
Yep.
the artists are supposed to be in center. They're supposed to get their share, like by far. Um, like today, if you sell normal art in an art gallery, you it's very normal to pay at least 40% for exhibiting your art. And personally, I think that's robbery because even though the art gallery do a lot for and have the venue and everything, I still think the artist should get more. So we want to have this mentality behind everything we do, and we also want to maintain the holders of the token.
Mhm.
So we want this to be an ecosystem. If you are a holder or of the token, or if you're a buyer on the NFTs, or if you're a seller as an artist, or us that work kind of more with the technical aspects of the system, I think everyone should be kind of happy with what they get. And I I I think should also I should say that the main people that are in the focus is the artists and the holders, or and the
Mhm.
buyers. I don't see myself earning fairly the same as they do, um, because even though I do a lot of work with this, and I do hope to to earn some money from it, of course, uh, this is a long-term project for mine, and by having a small fee for myself, I don't see that as a personal problem, rather than a utility and feature of the project.
Mhm. So you did say that you wanna
But
have
this
the.
is very early, and
Okay, yeah, continue, continue.
yeah,
You kind of cut
so
off
this
there
is
for a
very
second, so I
early.
thought you ended.
Uh, yeah, sorry, I just I just remembered something. So this is very early in the project. There's a lot of technical stuff, like these kind of percentages and some aspects of the utilities that are not all in place yet. And we're still working on fixing this. But
Mhm.
I wanted to have this AMA so more people can know about us, see what we are doing, and I think it's worth getting kind of the eyes up for, because we really, or at least mostly I am putting a lot of work into this, and I have a lot of trust from the right people, I think, that are also helping me.
Okay. So since you did say that you kind of want the holders to be rewarded, right? So how do the holders benefit? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So I will look at some different kind of things. So the token itself is 0% tax.
Mhm.
So there's no, that's totally only for the investors to trade as they like.
Yeah.
Um, but as a holder, I want to implement some functions toward NFTs. So there might be some collections that give um, um, rewards back to the holders of the token. And how that is technically going to work, I haven't really thought fully through. But I see it as some of the royalties of some of the collections could go to the holders also.
And do you know? Well, you did say that you haven't fully thought this through, but maybe you have an idea if you plan on rewarding in Quark or in maybe like Ethereum or LV chain or BNB or whatever.
Yeah, I don't think it's a good idea to reward with Quark, because I want
Yep.
kind of the ecosystem of the trading around Quark to be a closed environment. I don't want to screw up with rewarding in the same token, because it can be bad for the value of the token, I think. Then it's better to implement some other kind of reward, like either another the stable coin of the chain, or maybe even Ethereum, or something instead.
Yep. I agree. Because, for example, if you make um, the NFTs be bought with Ethereum, well, you did say you plan on having multiple chains, but so if people
Yeah,
use
sorry,
Ethereum to
but
buy the token, yeah.
I have to correct you there. Uh, there will not be a multiple chains for the token
No,
right
no, no,
away, but
for the NFT, you said for the
yeah,
marketplace.
yeah, okay.
Yeah. So, for example, if people spend spend Ethereum to buy certain well, NFTs. Um, Obviously, depending on the royalties, well, not the royalties, the rewards that people would be getting, the token holders, it might not be worth actually sending out Ethereum. It would be better if you give out, because, well, obviously the fees, right? If you have 100 people who are getting the rewards and each of them are getting $10, so that's like not worth even the fees, right? So instead, you could go with something else other than Ethereum, just at least in the beginning.
I'm not sure I understood what you said, but like let's say that the collection, there will be some of the to the project, to the development and marketing, or something like this, to like a project wallet. So I think that ideally we would let the Ethereum stay in that wallet, and if we're gonna give some kind of reward or something, we will have a pool then on our chain to do that. Like I do have
Mhm.
quite a bit of
Yeah.
the supply is locked away of tokens, and since we don't have the tax, we will have to sell off some of that at some point for the further development, and that could be used also to generate liquidity for these kind of cross-chain interaction between the token and the NFT projects.
Yeah, but like that's what I meant. Don't give out rewards in Ethereum because the fees are just not going to be worth it,
Yeah. Or it could be like manually, like you collect after some time.
Yeah, but well, the transaction fees still have to be paid, so someone's losing out on money, whether it's you or
Yeah.
or the person who's receiving. That's
Yeah.
to be decided. But
Yeah, I get you.
yeah, if the rewards are small, there's no point going Ethereum. Might as well go Alvi chain, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea, actually.
Yeah. So okay. So of course, people do want to see the token succeed because, well, usually at least in this space, right? The project is not valued for what it brings, but
Yeah.
rather on the chart. It depends all about it. Well, it's all about the chart, right? Generally,
Yeah.
well, it's just a sad truth. It's just what it is. So how would you guys plan on kind of maybe talk a little bit about your marketing plan, or just in general how you plan to kind of move the chart up a little bit? Because right now your chart has been stable for a couple of months. Of course, that's good. Stable is better than going down, but
Yeah.
of course people do want to see some movement. So any plans?
I must say that the holders we had so far, it's been very much diamond holders. They've been very trustworthy with me and the work I do. So of course I have to give them something also. I think most of them are waiting for the marketplace, and I'm I'm very curious to see the effect it has. Of course, the market itself in itself might not have that much effect because there's a lot of marketplaces, and why should you use our marketplace? So we will have to look through that marketing aspect a bit, and it's a bit to be completely honest, it's a bit early also maybe to trade NFTs on our chain. It's because there's not so many tokens there.
Mhm.
So the most what we see in most of the project is that people invest and they take out their gain, and they leave the project, which I guess it's very normal for new chains. So I think um, I think we have to focus on the NFTs and the customers there. So and the feature of this with burning the Quark token to get forever free minting, because it's not going to be for just a period. It's going to be forever. If you burn some of the tokens worth a certain amount of dollars, you will get free minting for the rest of your life. And by doing this, it's quite attractive, I think, for people that have have a need to mint a lot over time. So of
Mhm.
course the transaction fee they will have to pay, but the fee to the marketplace they will not have to pay. And and we will also make like a kind of exclusive section of the marketplace where we will introduce the more exclusive NFTs. So I do think I do know I understand what you say, that they want to see the gains and they look at the chart, but I really do think that that this is a project that can grow over time, and I think it can be like a bit different than the general.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, your success is not defined by your chart, what you guys are doing, right? But it's still there's obviously benefits to having a nice looking chart. I mean, your chart doesn't look bad, but right now there's
Yeah,
not
we
much
can look at
movement.
it also. I have it here, so it looks like this.
Yeah, so it's very stable at the moment.
Yeah,
Primed for
it
pump,
is.
if people want to call it like that.
Yeah.
Um,
And
so
let me just say before I forget, because we have also, I just made like this kind of OG chat. So everyone at least 1% of the tokens, they can register their wallet in this guild website, so they can get access to a OG chat. Later, it will be more hard to get the 1%, hopefully. So then I will probably introduce like an NFT setup to get the access. But that will not happen anytime soon. So if people are kind of interested in investing, I think they should look at getting that 1%.
yeah, okay, makes sense. But yeah, to finish
And
my
one more
thought,
thing, sorry,
yeah, go ahead.
because what's happening in that OG chat, it's supposed to be not so big chat like the main chat. It's more personal, kind of more intimate, if you like, where we can talk more freely about the process, and I also discuss with the people there. Right now, there are only a few people and me, but there's a good happening there that is not interrupted by other people from the main chat, and I think this is a good thing for the people that are interested to be in the project for a long time.
Yeah, behind the scenes kind of thing for the
Yeah.
believers.
At the same time, I don't want to reveal too much kind of information that will affect the chart too much, because I want all the investors to have kind of the same opportunity. Of course, the people investing more, they should be taken more care of, but I don't want to put other people too much behind the closed curtains.
Yeah. Yeah, so to finish my thought, I wanted to say that while the chart does not reflect the success of your token, it still helps you. Like having a nice looking chart helps you in general. It's much easier to market it, much easier to get more eyes on it. Like it or not, people sell red and buy green. Just it's just how it is. So having a nice chart would help you to get like more audience. So maybe some
Yeah,
marketing along with the marketplace could be a
yeah,
good idea.
like this AMA is a part of our marketing strategy, and when we have the NFT marketplace, it's also easier to present everything. And I do plan to, since we plan to release the marketplace in July, I really want to also up the marketing before the release, but also the few months after the release. I will try to focus as much as I can on the marketing. And regarding the payment of the marketing, I do pay quite a bit of it myself. So so yeah, so I have a lot of belief and I have a lot of trust in also that this project will lead somewhere.
Yeah, because well, you have no taxes on your token,
Yeah,
so it's not like you're getting any money out of it right now. Well, you're basically doing this out of your own
no,
pocket, right? Yeah,
yeah,
and the obvious, I'm
and
not saying that teams shouldn't make money. I'm all for teams making money because you put in the work, you should be making money, right? But obviously, if you look at what you're doing from more of a company perspective, right? Um, Generally speaking, you're not going to be making any money for for some time at least.
yeah, like I haven't sold anything since I launched in the middle of December, I think it was. Um, so yeah, and we have locked our liquidity for for a long time, maybe too long time, but it's okay. We work with that. We have our own token locker and liquidity pool locker. So they are locked there.
Mhm.
I can go back.
It's locked on Alvichin, right?
Yeah, on Alvichin. So yeah, site which was made before the new website. So here one has to go to the Alvichin and log in and do and put in all the information. You can choose vesting if you want. I'm not going to do all that now because I don't think it's necessary to put so much time in it. But you can go to the liquidity logs. So here you see the logs. They are locked for quite a lot of time. You see, it's this one is like 2 years still or something, 1.5 years. So I locked them for a long time. So this is the kind of trust I have in my own process here.
Very good, perfect.
And
I like it.
and the contract itself is super clean and easy. So, and regarding contracts and also the marketplace, I will opt the marketplace, even though it's made by a very trustworthy company. I will try to arrange like a audit that is satisfactory to most of the investors.
Yeah. Well, you guys don't really need a crazy contract, right? At least for now. Well, I don't think you'll ever need it actually. Like you don't really need any crazy functions, so pretty much a standard contract is fine for you.
Yeah, for the token, yeah. Or you mean for the marketplace? The
No,
marketplace,
for the token.
yeah, because the marketplace will auditing a marketplace. It costs a lot more than a contract and much more
Yep.
than a simple contract. So yeah, but also with the present time, I think it's kind of important to have the audit done soon also, because with the market today, it's sometimes possible to get a bit better price than full bull run.
Yeah, probably. All right. Well, I think I pretty much found out most of what I wanted. I think. Well, I mean, obviously, I know that people do look more for shorter term gains. Obviously, this is a longer term project. So I would like to say that people would like to see, some marketing, because like, why buy the token now, right? Well, right now we have the marketplace coming up, but only the marketplace is not going to do anything. Generally, it doesn't do anything. But if you market along with it, then it does something. Then people are more interested in it. It just kind of snowballs. So
Yeah.
that's just my opinion. Of course, you can do whatever you want. It's our project. But if you do plan on doing some marketing, just time it right.
I'm trying to do that. This is where I need to get input from outside. So I'm very much listening to people giving advice, and I have a few people I ask also about the process, because
Perfect.
this
Yeah,
is my
maybe
first
everything's done.
crypto project. I mean, I forgot to say that it is my first crypto project, but personally, I have a lot of experience with organization work. So I think that is very useful. Because it makes things a bit easier, I think, with this experience I have from my work in
Yeah,
Norway.
it does translate a little bit into this space, because well,
Yeah,
you are
because it's
basically looking at this like a business, right?
yeah, this is like a project, like a startup project. So it's like it goes through different phases and struggles and personal challenges and all this kind of stuff. And if you're not used to this in a kind of profession with a project, it can be quite difficult to
Yeah.
keep on with.
All right. Well, that's kind of it from me. Uh, do you think we can go to the community questions, or is there still something that you would like to add?
No, if I forgot something, maybe some of the community asked the right question.
All right. Then let's go with some people. Okay, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to raise your hands. There's two already, so I'll unmute. Give me a chance for now. There you go. Give me a chance. You're up. I gave you a chance. No, also, yeah, questions in the chat. Of course, I'll read them out if I see anything good. There's a bunch of questions already. Oh, right. Okay. Okay. I'll mute Don Juan just in case he wants to speak. Don Juan, if you have a question, feel free. Let me see what's in the chat. Okay, I guess Don Juan doesn't want to speak. Okay, so Justin does ask if you guys have any KOL partnerships, maybe planned along with the marketing. I know that KOLs cost a lot. Well, depends on the KOL, guys, but generally, when it comes to crypto, they do cost quite a bit. So, do you have anything planned for that?
I'm sorry, I didn't get what you're talking about. Like,
KOLs, key opinion leaders, basically just influencers.
I have something in my site that I'm trying to work toward. I don't think there's so much more to say because it's a bit vague so far.
Okay.
But I definitely have it on my mind.
Okay. Let me see if I can find something good in the chat. Okay, nothing crazy. Okay, we can go with Tommy. So, your focus is promoting local galleries, he says. Is that correct?
No, not so much the galleries, but the artists in the
Yeah.
gallery.
Okay, local artists, I guess.
Yeah,
So
we
he wants to know how you guys plan on expanding into different regions, different countries, and maybe also some underrepresented talent.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of nice things to find in underrepresented parts of the world, and some of the artists are also working toward international customers. One of the artists been to the Beijing Biennale, which is quite good achievement. He's been there twice. So yeah. But first, for me, I have my connections here in Norway with the artists here. So I think kind of the international aspect of it will go through the artists. It depends on the artists we get on board here locally and their connections out to the world. I'm very much interested in connecting with galleries and especially NFT galleries around in the world. But I'm the kind of person like I want to meet the person. I want to have a talk with them. I want to kind of have a feeling of how they are. I'm not just giving away tasks, which is some of the reasons why I prefer to do most of these things alone, because I don't want to. I want the people that I onboard to be of them being close to me.
Okay, yeah, makes sense. Okay, let's see what else we got. Okay, so Matt asks, from your perspective, why should established institutions, or I guess artists in this case, if that's what he meant, partner with Quark when there's, other more established, I guess. Well, I mean, I'm not sure about Alvi chain, but obviously there's OpenSea and all that. So why should they go with you?
Because they know me personally and they trust me to help them into this, and they would never bother to do it if they didn't know me.
Okay, so you will be, well, let's say that you can successfully onboard your friends, clients, whatever you want to call them, the artists that you know. Let's say you can successfully onboard those. But what about people who you don't know, or who you haven't worked with? How do you plan on getting them on board?
Yeah, so this will work kind of like normal networking in I think maybe I don't know if this guy is I think you need to mute this guy, other guy here now. I know him. I don't think he wants to talk.
Okay, I'm muted him.
So yeah, so it works a bit like networking in normal kind of, especially art business. It's all about networking. So it's like you connect with one, you connect with another, and you can't really approach them if you don't know someone or introduced in some kind of way. So this is kind of my plan, is to be successful with the ones I have, at least try to as much as possible. And I know one of the artists already, he has a lot of friends that he will want to introduce also. But I told him that I don't want to do it right away, because I want to wait. First of all, I want to have the marketplace done, and I want to have the minting page and everything set up, and I want to have the contracts available, and I really do want to have all the dynamic setups available, so that when I go to an artist that I don't know so well, I can say, I have this and this. Let's make some NFTs, and for doing that, I need to have the setup
Mhm. Okay.
complete ready.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay, Justin, I know you, I trust you, so you can ask your question in the voice chat if you still wanna talk Jumango a little bit.
No, I've been following Quark since, again, I think it was December when you guys went live. And, I've always supported. I like what you guys are doing and everything in this space. Um, I just really think you guys need to keep building up and pushing, right? So like my concerns would be with you guys for pushing forward would be, um, again, the marketplace concerns me. It's kind of oversold at the moment right now. So you got to be really strategic with how you're gonna do that. But again, I'm not fudding. Like I like what you guys are doing, and
No,
I do
I,
it.
I think it's
But
positive.
Yeah, but are there really any marketplaces for Alv? I mean, obviously, Alv isn't that big at the moment. Well, I mean, obviously, it's kind of big compared to like shitcoins in the space, but I don't know. I mean, I don't follow Alv too much, so I don't know if there's any marketplaces specifically for Alv. So obviously, this could be a
No.
selling point.
Yeah, but
well,
Justin has a point. Justin has a point,
there
because
there
there's
is
not a
marketplaces that there's marketplaces there. So it's finding that niche in it and focusing on that. And that's why I was bringing up like KOLs and stuff like that. If you can get some of these NFT homeboys on board, that could really do great for your marketplace, like strategic marketing around bringing on a big key opinion leader for NFTs, try to get him on board and then really push your marketplace because again, there's a lot of marketplaces out there. We get approached by a lot of projects that, we're gonna do an NFT marketplace. I'm like, well, what's gonna make you from the other ones that approach us?
Yeah, yeah. I really think you are right, and you're really kind of striking a very good point, and I'm very much aware of it. So this is why I want to focus on the artists and the art we can make from their art.
Yeah, and then again, Justin, like, how many marketplaces do you get like real people's art? Not too many, to be honest. And
Well, I
these
think
guys are primarily focusing on this. So again, this is another selling point.
Well, like I've been following them, and I've talked with you before in other AMAs, whether some other lounge, wherever. I'm kind of all over the place. But I've been following you guys, and that was the one thing that I really liked is that I think we talked about doing the art platform where they can actually get the physical copy. You buy that NFT and your
Yeah,
copy sent to you and stuff like that. Like I remember, I'm pretty sure I was talking with you about that.
yeah. I think
Expand like to differentiate yourself. You have to stand out, right?
yeah,
Like you have to
yeah,
separate yourself, and then when you have these steps, that's when you focus your marketing money on because there's a 0 tax token. It's not like you got a 15% marketing tax and you're just like, oh, we get tons of marketing money.
yeah. Yeah, it's true. It's true. I think I remember talking about this before with you. Yes.
Yeah.
And
No,
yeah,
no, and I like that you're still.
the thing that happened since then. So I've been talking with another NFT project, and the founder there, he said that he's been traveling a lot around on these kind of NFT events where they talk about NFTs and selling NFTs. And what people say that so many people, they try to sell the physical art, and it's not working so well. So doing that, I also want to really do it, but we have to be very careful with how we do it and how we set up all the features around it.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Delivery driver calling. Too lazy. It's too hot outside. But yeah, no, I really like what you guys are doing. Just you got to keep pushing, right? You got to really push. Either it's at that niche or mass adoption. You gotta go either way, right? And there's a way you can do both, right? You can go after, and every artist can submit and stuff like that. And then you have like niche clients that your work with where they're getting physical copies, something that's going to make your marketplace stand out, right? And then you market around that, and like you really just got to like focus, get that good plan together and push, and you'll be golden.
Yeah, yeah.
And obviously, one more idea for you. Obviously, you can not do it. Just another idea, because like I said, a lot of people do like putting art, not even art, just like anything on their walls, right? Because I'm a gamer myself, so I know that a lot of other gamers just print out anything relating to like their favorite games or whatever. So you don't really have to go about selling the physical copies in the same way that you would selling an actual like original art piece. You can just have it printed out. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. It just has to be. It just has the art just has to look nice, and people will maybe buy it, right? And you can print these out. There's obviously services that do this for you. You can print these out and send them to people. So basically, what you would do is have some nice looking art on your marketplace as NFTs. Sell them for nothing crazy, right? Maybe it's an artist that's less known, but he has a really cool looking art piece. So sell that NFT for cheap, and also send people um, the printed out version, and they can just hang it up. And it's very easy if it's accessible to everyone. It doesn't cost too much. It's it's easier adoption, right?
Yeah, yeah. I'm looking, actually. There's another Norwegian artist here in Norway that is been very successful actually with NFTs, and he's doing that.
Yeah. So there you go.
Recently
You already have.
into this project to see what he's doing, to try to learn from it.
Yeah, exactly. You can learn from other people as well. Justin, you got anything else to add? No.
I think he had like a some delivery guy or something.
Yeah, it's fine. Let's see if we can like maybe find one more question in the chat. That's good. And we're kind of closing in on an hour, right? So let's see. Obviously, there's some people who are kind of concerned about authenticity of the art, but I don't think it's really a concern because you yourself, you are in touch with these artists personally, so I don't think there's a concern for that.
The three of them are close friends of mine.
Yeah. Let's see.
And regarding that, I will also try to focus on not just having one kind of art. I want to have like a diversity of different kind of styles also.
Yeah, makes sense. Of course, cater to more audience. Okay. There's a lot of questions, but I don't think a lot of them are too relevant. Again, fees. I don't. questions about fees, for example. I don't think you plan to change like the fees on the token, right?
No, it will never change.
Yep.
If we need to bring in some income, we will do that through other systems like the NFTs and so. The token itself, it can never change. We cannot change it. We will have to move to migrate and
So you don't even have the function in the token in the contract to change fees, yeah?
I cannot even. Yeah, no, there's no function of it.
Yeah.
The contract is so simple. There's nothing to do with it. I can't even give it to someone else. It's and if I did, that person wouldn't be able to do anything. It's a super simple contract.
Yeah, makes sense. Like I said, you don't really need anything crazy.
Sometimes your mic is just really fast, or my Telegram is lagging.
Yeah, it could be the connection on like for me, Jumango has been mostly speaking fine. Sometimes the connection is acting up. I don't know if it's either his or Telegram, because my Telegram has been a little bit crazy these days. Don't know what's happening. Sometimes I just get muted. I don't know.
Yeah. No, even our mods get their rights taken away. They're like, I'm not an admin anymore. I'm like, what?
Crazy.
Like, go back. Okay, you're admin again. Like, what the hell happened? It's
Okay, yeah, okay. We could take this
back
question.
to the project.
Yeah. So
what I
Marley
didn't
King.
say, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
didn't say that we are also developing like a iBot for Alvi chain. And the developers there today that Telegram has been very dysfunctional for the last few days.
I think it might be because of the all the AI bots that are kind of just popping in. Could also be a factor.
I'm actually curious. Explain more about the Alvi chain buy bot. Or so you're gonna take like a version of like Bubble buy bot and adapt it for Avi?
Well, we build it from scratch, but the idea is the same, but we will add other functions to it, like buy competitions.
Yeah, and keep it. It's not going to be open source, right?
No.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
Regretfully, it will not be that. I'm very much into.
That's not regretfully. It's so much safer. You know, people ask us for our source coding. It's never happening. The thing is so easily manipulated. We've seen it happen before. You know, even the music bots can hack everything. So
from our project perspective, also, I'm putting a lot of money into it. Actually, it's a reasonable price actually, but I'm putting money into it, and I also want to make that into a way of earning money for the project.
well, and that's the thing you can do, right? If you build that, it's another passive income you can bring back to the project to support the project to keep developing the project.
Exactly, and it could also be linked up to some of the NFT stuff. So, but that I haven't really started thinking about so much.
Well, there's two ways to a project. You either bring in money from taxes or you bring in money from outside, um, profit streams. There's only the two options to bring the money in, and money has to come in because when a project runs out of money, a project is dead in the water.
Yeah, and the bot is working as now. It's still really early in development, but it's working, and there's a lot of fixes coming into it today.
Okay, and there's one more question that I would like to kind of read out, because you did. I kind of forgot about it completely because there is staking mentioned in your on your website. So what are your plans with that? When is it coming? How are you kind of? What's the approach to staking? Are there going to be pools? How often are people going to be able to, take out the earnings and all that?
Yeah, I'm not sure where he refers to, because on the light paper, I don't think
it's on your website, I think. I remember seeing staking on the website. Let me check.
Yeah, it was before at least.
Oh, so it's not there anymore? Like you don't have plans for staking anymore?
But, not right away. I'm a little bit reluctant to doing it, to be honest, even though lots of people are telling me to do it. I have a bit, I don't really know, to be honest. It is in the white paper, that's true.
And it's
so
also
we
the
need to rewrite the white paper, but the light paper on the website, I believe it's removed.
Yeah, it's not
because
in the website.
But
because
what I am thinking of is having a similar kind of staking function to with NFTs, but I haven't really figured out how to do it in a way that kind of build up under the ecosystem by more than just being a staking function.
Okay. Well, obviously, there's multiple ways you could go about it. For
have
example,
the tokens
set aside some tokens. Well, not tokens. Some of the revenue generated by the NFTs, you could set aside those that money for staking if you don't want to give out, Quark. So the chart is a little bit healthier. There's always the option to do that.
Yeah, and I do have enough tokens of the Quark to implement staking at a later time. I do have it, so it is in my mindset to have the possibility of it, but we are not focusing on it right now.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I think that's it, to be honest. Obviously, there's a lot of questions, but a lot of them are either repeating or not too relevant in the chat. I mean, yeah. So I don't know. I think we're good here. Jimango, kind of want to close it out, maybe a couple of closing statements, maybe invite people over.
Yeah. I would say thank you for the AMA, and I think from my side of it, I think it went very well, and I really appreciate the questions that Justin came with, and the fact that he's been following the project and giving some constructive feedback. I really enjoy. I like to run this as a transparent project as much as possible. So I do take even critical words. I take everything because I just want to develop something good here. So I'm very happy for that. I'm also thankful for being here, and you can expect to see more marketing toward the release of the marketplace, and definitely after the release of the marketplace.
Perfect. Hopefully that'll bring some eyes to the project. But yeah. Anyway, I personally like the project. I think you're doing good work here. Of course, artists nowadays, especially now that AI is kind of taken over. Well, obviously, it's not going to take over all the jobs from the artists, but some might, kind of lose out on some revenue, right? It's good that you're helping the people.
Yeah. Regarding AI, I can cover that in another AMA.
Sure. But yeah. Anyway, thank you for being here. I hope you had a good time. I hope I hope you weren't too pressed with my questions. I hope everything went without any hurdles. I guess. I hope the AMA wasn't too hard on you.
No, you were nice. I see. I should have prepared a bit more about some of the questions, but it's not been on my mind. But I really enjoyed it, so I'm very thankful for it.
Good. That's all I like to hear. That's all I wanted to hear. But yeah, guys, if you enjoy art, if you believe that what Jimango here is doing is good, for the blockchain, for the community, for the artists, obviously, there's a lot of people that could benefit from this. Join us Telegram. If there's any more questions, feel free to ask. Of course, I'm sure that there's going to be people who will answer. And yeah, obviously, the chart is very stable right now, so they've been stable for quite a few months now. Generally, obviously, I'm not going to say it's going to happen, but generally, there's a pump at some point. So you could gamble a little bit, see if that happens. If short-term gains are your goals, there's always the option to do that. But of course, if you do believe in the project and you want to hold long-term, support the artists. This is the project, right? But yeah, thank you, Jumango, for being here. It was a pleasure. Hope you have a good day and wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.